I'm not quite 100%. But being sick is never any fun. Never, ever. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. And I just have not moved. I mean, obviously, recovery is the most important, but oh my goodness. I'm ready to I'm ready to be back to my life. Just being still, even though I'm sick and I was sicker and I had to recover, just laying. Uh, that was, I think that's probably one thing that I found to be the most challenging, if I can say, the most challenging for me is not having peace. God, peace, welcome, happy Saturday. Yeah, not having a little more space to be able to walk, stretch my legs. That I found to be the most challenging part about being a full-time real life mobile dweller and getting sick. The most convenient was going from my bed to my toilet. That by far is the most convenient thing about being a mobile dweller, having a toilet and being sick. Everything is right here. That that I must say, I do love that part. But I'm I have a lot of energy. I'm not hyperactive. I'm very calm. I'm very laid back, but I have a lot of energy. I don't get tired. So to just be laying, and having to lay, and I can't go out because my immune system is very sensitive, very sensitive. So yeah, it's it's real touch and go. So the last couple of nights, I rented a hotel room um, from Thursday to Friday, and then I booked another one at a different spot from Friday to today. And let me tell you, there was nothing comfortable about it except having a shower on demand. That was it. Last night I was so restless. I just wanted to be in the mansion. I just wanted to be home. The reason I rented the rooms was so Thursday I washed everything. I was less sickly from Thursday to now. Like I've been less sick. So I figured, let me get some time out of the mansion. Once I wash everything, get everything clean. I even went to the car wash, got the outside washed. And so I just wanted it to clear out from all of my sickness for that week that I was just in here sick. Because I was sick even before I wasn't able to go to work Friday. I had been pushing it and holding it and keeping it low key since like Wednesday. So, I don't regret it. It was a great idea for even just the opportunity. But I definitely won't be renting any rooms anytime soon, um, unless I get sick again, which won't be for another few years. So it, it it it's something I did. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't worth it. Um, but I made the best of it. I'll say that. I made the best of it. And the mansion needed to clear out. Like, I just feel like even when I was in an apartment, when I would get sick, once I would heal, then I'd have to just clean my entire apartment, because I have a very compromised immune system. So when I've been sick in an environment, I just need it fully cleaned because, like, on a regular day, my body is constantly attacking itself. So I don't need any little anythings hanging around for my body to pick up and say, up, we right back sick again. No, no, no. I've spent my life like that. So it was, it was, I'll say this also, being sick in the mansion was comfortable because of the size. The mansion is the perfect size and perfect temperature for me. I say temperature like I control the temperature, but what I mean is it's not too big. Not only am I a mobile dweller, but I'm also a minimalist. Like, I've had my time in my life of having a lot of shit. So now, when it comes to, possessions that are neither a liability or asset, I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot of shit, you know. Mm-mm. So I love the minimal space. It works very well for me being sick. Perfect, because it's not a whole lot. I don't have air flowing. I cannot stand. This is going to sound crazy, but I do not like the sound of air. I don't like fans blowing. I don't like I just need to be warm at all times. And I don't like stale air. Like, I like fresh air, windows open. Uh but I don't like the sound of just wind blowing, a fan blowing. I don't like that. And when space is so big, there's just constantly seems to be air coming from somewhere up under that door or this fucking window or something. And it's just, for me, it is too much. So the mansion was perfect for me to be sick. The perfect size, the perfect temperature. And I had to get two more today because, so I don't have I don't have any type of power station. So I don't have any source of heat besides just turning the mansion on. So what I've started doing is using candle for my heat. So I bought this. It was a 3 wick. It's empty now and just got ashes in it. But I burn this at night, and I um, get them in something like this because I can burn it and it's safe. Um, and with it sitting on my kitchen, the heat doesn't come, it doesn't come up too high. But it's perfect because heat rises, so it keeps the mansion comfortable. It keeps the mansion very comfortable. So this is my heat source. This one is gone, and I just bought two more today. But they're single wick candles. Yeah, so they're just single wick, but this is my heat. And again, with the mansion not being too big, it's perfect. Like, I can use a candle to heat. It's so perfect. And then the candlelight, I really like that. So this I'm loving, and I was loving that while I was sick. And actually, you know what? The first candle I showed you, this one burned out Wednesday. Yeah, so Wednesday night I slept in here with no heat, and then Thursday I was at the motel, and I was nervous because I was like, I don't think I can, with me already being sick, I don't think I can be in here with no source of heat. Although my blanket is comfortable, it gets cold. You know what I mean? And then also, I'm not sleeping by the ocean for the rest of the winter because it's much cooler down there. And that's where I was when I got myself sick. So I don't want to have to do that again. Um, I don't have to. So I'm not going to do that again. I'm just not going to sleep down there during the winter. So I've been inland, and it's been a lot better because it is a lot warmer being not right next to the ocean. So I just have to, now that I've been sick, I really got to be cautious to make sure that I don't keep teetering, because this will linger like this. Well, honestly, I don't know. In Minnesota, where it's a lot colder, my colds, for one, when I get sick, I would get sick there, um, 10 times worse than what I was just sick. And I would be sick for at least 3 weeks, a minimum of 3 weeks. Hey, Miss Miracle. Any. N- since I've been in California, yes. Since I've been mobile dwelling, no. I haven't experienced any earthquakes or tremors since I've been in the mansion. But since I've been in California, yes. Yes. And it was a trip. That was a fucking trip. I'm like, the goddamn earth is quaking. And the last one, I was taking care of Miss Pam, and she was knocked out. Like, I was up, nervous. I went in her room checking on her, and she was knocked the fuck out. I'm like, well, she grew up with this, so. But mobile dwelling, I have not experienced any tremors or earthquakes yet. But I know it's to come because this is my full time living situation. Like, this is my home, and it's gonna be my home. This is my home. So, uh, I thought about that a lot when I was sleeping down by the ocean. Um, and I think about that too when it was raining and when it was really windy, because there's so many palm trees, and you could see like big pieces of the damn palm trees just all through the streets. And I think about that. I do think about that. As long as I'm never woken up by something being on the mansion, I think I'll be good. As long as I don't wake up to a fucking palm tree on my roof or some shit, I'm gonna be okay. Okay. So I just, I just try to be cautious about where I park and things like that. But yeah, I made it through. For anyone who is a mobile dweller, this was my first time being sick, getting sick, living out of my vehicle. And there's some things, like, I don't have the option of going to a relative's house and stay there, while I recover, or going, to somebody's house that I'm dating, or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't have the option of going anywhere, nowhere, when I get sick. I'm either here in the mansion, or I'll rent a hotel room or an Airbnb or something. Like, there's no other option of, oh, come here, stay here, you're sick, get out of there, whatever the case may be. So I think it's important that, what's up? I think it's important that, especially your mobile home, is perfectly comfortable for you. And I think it's important to get those comfortable things immediately. Like for me, because this was not my first time mobile dwelling, my toilet, second purchase I bought. The first was buying the mansion, the second was buying my toilet. Like that was a necessity. It could not wait. Um, and then when it comes to just the comforts, like I could have I could have kept the seats in and kept sleeping how I was sleeping, but for me, this isn't a trial run. Like this is the choice that I made for myself in 2017. So I knew that I want to get my bed put. I don't want my home to look like I'm sleeping in my car. Like this is my home. So for me, it was it was important to get my bed put in immediately. Like that was really important for me. I couldn't imagine being sick in here with my seat still in here. That would have been so uncomfortable and so much of an inconvenience. Like with what I had to do to access my toilet when my seats were in here, that and then being sick and my fucking nose running off my face like a thief and I'm dizzy and there was yeah, get it as comfortable as you can in phase one as soon as possible. For anybody that's contemplating mobile dwelling, moving into a van, a car, whatever the case may be, get those comfortable elements in there immediately because you don't know when you're going to get sick. You don't know, when you're going to need to be in that space comfortably because you know, whatever, you're injured or sick or whatever the case may be. That is my number one suggestion. Get it comfortable immediately. Don't wait on that. No, this is my choice. So I went from an apartment that I left deliberately. I sublet it. I was still into my lease. I didn't run out of money. I don't like that way of thank you. I'm getting there. I just it is I did it. I've done it. I know what it's like to live according to how society say this is how a responsible adult lives, and it's not for me. It's not for me. Um, Business ownership is for me. Land ownership is for me. Living free uh, is for me. And I don't mean free as in living free, like I don't have to pay. You know what I mean? I still have to pay to live. Um, but I mean living free. I don't like being confined to a place, the same view every single day for 12 months, or you pay hundreds of thousands for a home and you stuck in that view, and it's just not for me. So this isn't a transition. I run my own business. I make my own money. um, I yeah, this is definitely a thought out choice. And before I came here, like I did other options. Because I'm like, there's got to be something other than just rent an apartment or buy a home. There's got to be something other than that. I've always been a rebel and done my own thing my own way and gotten plenty of shit for it, but I didn't care. Like there's only one Shalonda Elise and I'm her. And so I do what's right for me. So I tried I tried co-living. I tried renting a room. Um how people have a home and their spare bedrooms, they'll rent a room. So I did those things and I'm just like, it's cool, but no, once I encountered mobile dwelling and I took the leap into Hotel Honda, I was like, oh, this is it for me. This is it for me. And it feels like home. Once I close my beautiful windows and I just got my fur white walls in here, and I closed my back curtain. I'm at home, and I'm not even, I've been thinking about this. I'm definitely not a low key stealth mobile dweller. It's the same way with me being a stoner and a kinkster and like living in an apartment. I've had peeping toms. I'm just very free. I'm free. Nobody's getting off this ride alive. So however I go out, whether it's being murdered by a motherfucker peeping through my windows because this is what he chooses to do or she chooses to do, or if I get into a car accident or if I die in my sleep, nobody's getting off this ride alive. So I'm just gonna live, right? So sometimes I dress very risque. I wear see-through shit with no bra because I hate fucking bras. So I just don't feel the need to hide, about how and where I live. And another thing that I know, if somebody know that someone is in a car, they're not going to break in. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to break into my car when they see light peeking through and, hear me in here laughing or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like somebody will break into a home and they'll fuck around and be somebody there. But people that break into cars, they break into them with the assumption that no one's in there. So I'm definitely not stealth. I don't even try to be stealth. I don't try to hide that I like this is my home. When you see the motherfucking lights on, I'm awake. Plain and simple. Like I'm just very free about how I live because I feel like, well, hey there, Toronto. I do live like a god. That you nailed it. You nailed it. The freedom, the adventure, the peace. That's right. That's right. You nailed it. I do live like a god. I do. And being the fact that I am in control of my own universe, I don't need to hide. I love my mansion and I love living in it. I love this being my home. So I'm really okay with that. I'm really, really good. This is definitely not, and this is a place of my own. This is my own place. Nobody can come evict me. Nobody can come and say, let me come stay with you. Baby, there's no space. I don't even have room for passengers. And that really makes me happy. That may sound fucked up. And I don't even, it doesn't even bother me if it does sound fucked up. The reason being because I'm such a giving person. And just how I am and how I think and how I think about people, that's not going to be reciprocated on the level that how I give it. So with that, I don't want I don't want any passengers in here blocking my mirrors and talking and distracting me and shit because this is my home. When I'm out there driving, I drive a lot more cautious than other drivers because this isn't just my vehicle. This is my home. This is my home. So I don't drive it like, I can wreck this mofo and then go get a peaceful sleep at home. No. No, this is my home. I'm sitting on my bed right now. This is my peaceful place. So I drive it and then I'm also, driving around with aloe and flapjacks. So, oh my goodness, my poor heart. The other day, see, usually when I drive, I put them on the bed. I started putting them on the bed because it's just safer and then I don't have to try and keep them from falling when they're on my kitchen. So I put them down here temporarily because this was when I was doing my bedding before I went to the motel. and I didn't have this bungeed, this here, I put a bungee around because this right here, which is my toiletry bag when I shower, I I put the bungee so that this doesn't come sliding out. Not even thinking about the fact that the bungee is also keeping the bench. So a lot of times these fuckers in California, will wait till the last minute to brake. So now I'm braking and I don't hit my brakes hard. Even when I have to brake hard, I don't slam. I'm real cold with the brakes. I'm super super dope with the brakes, right? So I'm braking, and this whole thing came flying forward, and Flapjacks and Aloe was under there, and oh my god, I could not pull over fast enough just to make sure they were okay because those are my companions. Those are my companions. And for those who don't know, let me show you. Oh wait, let me come this way. This is Flapjacks and Aloe. Most of you may know Aloe already. And then this is Flapjacks. There's more to the name, but it's Flapjacks something. So this is a native South African plant, succulent. So these are my companions. And yes, they're another reason that I don't drive like a bat out of hell because I want to make sure they're okay at all times. So, yeah. And they were nice to keep me company while I was sick as well. They were nice to have in here to keep me company. They were really nice to have in here. I kept them in here when I went into the hotel just so they can, keep the atmosphere clear and nice. So yeah, it was dope. Um, but it's only Saturday. Monday, I have an appointment to get a COVID test because I do want to get negative results. I'm not getting the vaccine, so don't even worry about that. You don't have to ask. I'm not doing that. But I do need to get a COVID test to make sure that it's negative and also to give to all my clients, especially my commercial clients, health protocol. So that's going on Monday. And my clients they've been really, really, really dope. Like the foundational clients that I've set up for my cleaning business, they are phenomenal. They are absolutely phenomenal. I think so far I got the greatest foundation of clients that I could have manifested for myself. Like they're phenomenal. They are phenomenal. And like I'm not gonna miss a beat. I'm not gonna miss a beat. Last week I wasn't able to work at all this particular week. So from Monday till today, all this week I've not been able to work. And my clients are still, it's like, don't worry about it. Take your time, get well. We're gonna be here, you know. And one of my clients even still paid me. So I'm like, that's super dope. And I'm really ready to get back to work. My for me, being a business owner in real life and building a real business out here in real life, I mean, I would absolutely love to go hard on this, especially on the Mercedes Mansion SUV Life YouTube channel. I really would. I definitely can't consider myself a YouTuber because I'm building a business out here in real life, that I will need real life employees for. And YouTube takes a lot of time. Editing, right now, I'm editing a video. And another one of my companies is I have a media company. So I'm doing this video. Actually, it's for it's a customer, it's a client, but it's my cousin. So I'm doing it for her and editing this video of her products. Like video editing takes a lot. And this is like for, product work. So it's even more cuz you got to put sound clips and just all kind of shit to amp it up. And there are so many things that I'd be like, oh man, this would be dope to put on YouTube. But I don't have the time or the team or, you know, I really like to just rely. That's not what I want to say. What I want to say is I've always wanted to leave my mark on this planet, and it has nothing to do with YouTube. It has not, like, I want to, YouTube can change up something, or with the way my goddamn curse words is set up. Let's say I was monetized and this was like my thing, right? Like, this is my income. YouTube ads, all the different ways that you can get income from being a monetized YouTuber. And this is my sole income. And then everything else from, whatever may be branches of that. YouTube or I could do something and that could mess up one of my ads, or YouTube could decide, oh well, this goes again, so all monetization stops. For me, it's like the same as your employer being able to say, oh, you're fired. mm, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Mm-mm. And I like being able to build something that I built. You know what I mean? Like, YouTube is already done. I have my own. I got my own creative ideas. I got my own shit of how what I think can be implemented into this world. So I be wanting to document more than what I do. And I have a couple videos, but editing them and getting them put up, especially for my other channel, because I can't go live on there. So everything has to be edited videos. And I just don't have that kind of time. And then this week, I've been sick. So who the fuck recording videos? All I did was lay here. All I did was lay, clear out my nose with the damn Neomed, fucking cough, sneeze, and snot. That's it. There was definitely no work being done. And I'm not that one to just be trying to YouTube being sick, living as a mobile dweller. No, I'd rather come live when it's all done, after I've thought about the things and how it worked out for me, and whatever maybe suggestions I may have or something like that. Because there are people out here that maybe want to become a mobile dweller because of the dope pictures they see, and the ones that are, traveling and, just adventuring across the world and across the country. And that may want to do it because it just looks like such a lavish lifestyle. You know, the fact of the matter is, anything can look lavish when people really enjoy the choices they make. I enjoy the choices that I make in my life. So for me, mobile dwelling, it is lavish. Now, I'm not a traveler, I'm not an adventurer in my mobile dwelling life. This is my home. This is how I live. This is where I live on a daily basis. And I have a business that I'm building that I have to be present to build that business, right? And this is where I choose to live. So for me, I feel like I come from the aspect of, I like the fact that I can add my input and my content on a platform, on a worldwide platform, and people can watch it. And if there are people out there that especially look like me who want to get into mobile dwelling as their like they want to go from their home or their apartment to living in their van or whatever it is, and for them, let's say it's to save money and to uh, lower their debt. Well, I'm going to be able to give you a perspective of a real life, regular, everyday person that this is what I call home. You know what I mean? I don't have people sending me money to help me travel around the world for gas or none of that shit. Like, I don't ask anybody for anything in any aspect of my life. But there are people who, like, who I encounter that are just amazed. They're just like, wow, you actually live in here and it looks comfortable. You know what I mean? So for me to show that there's some people out here who may be grateful to see, oh well shit, she just made that choice to do it and she's still carrying on with her life. You know what I mean? She didn't do this so that we can pay for her to travel across the country. No, I didn't. But I'm against whoever the fuck decided that everybody got to pay this one source for shit that'll never be theirs. No, no. Let me pay whoever for this land and these mineral rights to this land. Let me pay for my gas and my insurance. But why the fuck I gotta pay you for water and electricity, and why I gotta pay you or the bank or the insurance company or whoever for 30 years for this goddamn house that'll never be mine, when the government can decide to say, oh, they want to build a prison right here, or whatever the fuck right here, and now you want to come and try and buy me out of this home because it's really not mine, or even if it is bought and paid for, let you not pay them taxes and see whose house it is then. Not pay the fucking taxes on that house that's bought and paid for. Maybe that you inherited. Not pay the taxes and see who the fuck house it is then. See whose house it is then. See, I never thought that was what it was. I never was with that. It was just such bullshit to me. Either either I can have a piece of this land or I can't. So, for those who may come across my videos and even see this one that's like, oh, yeah, I got to think about that. If I'm a full time mobile dweller, I may get sick. What is that going to be like for me? What are the challenges going to be? You know what I mean? How am I going to be able to be sick? What if I'm really fucking sick and I can't get to the gym to shower? Like, I even had to low key go shower at the gym one day. Um, okay, so I don't shower every single day. I cleanse myself every single day. I have my routine for that. But as far as going to the gym to shower and use the water, I don't do that every day. And I stopped doing that because I use a lot of water. I use an excessive amount of water. Guilty? Yes, I know. I admit it. Um, but one day I had to low key, like I was so sick. I had my gator on and I'm snotting through my gator, trying not to cough and sniff and sneeze. And I was really sounding like Tyrone then. Like, it's getting better now. I was really sounding like Tyrone. I was a fucking mess. I'm like, and again, I didn't have COVID. And, y'all, People are probably gonna get mad and judge me. I don't care, but I needed to fucking shower because I knew after that day it was gonna be a wrap. And I don't even remember what day that was. I don't even remember, but you know, it was real. It was real. I'm like, I gotta get in here. And I didn't shower again, like in sick, being in here sick. And I'm thankful. I'm very thankful. And I really believe that my fast, me fasting, as long as I had been fasting before I got sick, I feel like that contributed a lot to how I went through that process. Like I wasn't sweating. I wasn't sweating the way I normally do when I get sick. And I deliberately try and get myself to sweat to get all that shit out of me. But I wasn't sweating, I was very grateful because had I been sweating, I would have had to go shower. I would have had to go shower. And I was way too fucking sick to be trying to drive and go shower. And it was a lot. It was a lot. So when as a full-time mobile dweller, something you got to think about. As a female mobile dweller, them menstrual cycles, them cramps, baby. Them cramps in this small space, baby. Let me tell you, that's another real moment in the life of a full-time mobile dweller. These are real moments that I didn't hear anybody talking about back in 2017 when I was researching. And you definitely don't see it in the pretty captions and the pretty pictures and, you know, all that shit. You don't see that. You you have to consider your normal day-to-day real life and now remove the convenience of being able to stand up, walk here, walk into your bedroom, walk into stretch your, you know, you got to think like you just don't have that. And it makes a big difference to be sick and to be able to get up out of your bed and to make that struggle walk to go to the couch just to give your bed a rest and to go lay on the couch. You know what I mean? It's That's a little bit of a convenience that you don't have, because unless you're in a Sprinter or a high top van, and even then you still will only just be standing up just to stretch your body out, but yeah, it's another thing I was thinking about while I was sick. I said, okay, this confirms I really like having a dedicated bed. I really like that. Uh I don't want to have to do anything for my bed to be a bed. I don't want to have to do anything. I just want my bed to be a stationary bed at all times. And being sick really confirmed that, because I was contemplating. I was thinking about, back and forth, back and forth. And this really helped me. So once I got sick, I was like, oh, baby. Yeah, no, we're gonna always have a a full-time setup bed. We're just gonna do that because I cannot. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. Oh, baby, no. Baby, no. Trying to go back and forth with setting it up and not. That is not something you want to have to do when you are sick. I figured I'd better turn my light on now. Excuse me, y'all. Just pop that right there. Yeah, so that was very helpful. I appreciate getting sick to find that out because, like I said, I wasn't sure. I was debating on, you know, doing some kind of conversion where it can be a couch or a something something. Mm-mm, nope. Just keep my bed a bed so that if I just, need to pass out in it, it's cool. And then also, if you have late nights, for me, like when I bartended for one of my clients, and shit, it was like three something in the morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning by the time I got laid down. Can you imagine trying to let out your bed and do all that? No. So these are real circumstances, that you got to think about. Whereas when you live in regular, the conventional life, obviously your bed is already made up. So you come home on a drunk night, a high night, a late night, late morning, early morning, whatever the case may be, you just go get in your bed. You know what I mean? You don't have to do anything. You just go get in it. That's that's the convenience and mobile dwelling that I like. And being sick really confirmed that for me. Yeah. And like I say, having my toilet just right here, that is a convenience like no other. Like no other. So if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about it, I will tell you for sure. A comfortable bed and a toilet, mandatory. Mandatory on day one, if not day two. Mandatory. And I just use the trifold, the trifold mattress. They sell them on Amazon. I got mine at Walmart. I happened to see it there, and I was like, "Oh, dope! I don't have to order it from Walmart." So I use this, and then underneath here I have what is it? Just I think it's an inch and a half thick layer of foam. I'm gonna get a 2 inch layer. So just between the mattress and the what is it called? The wood. I have the foam just to make it a little more padded. But this thing is pretty comfortable. That trifold mattress is pretty comfortable. I'm surprised because I don't even as a little girl I wasn't good with pallets and sleeping on the floor, you know, and shit like that. I needed a lot of cushion, a lot of padding. So this is really comfortable. I was very, very surprised. Very surprised. So yeah, get your bed and your toilet, bed and bath, baby, and you will be beyond comfortable. I promise you. That's it. That is it. And then the rest you can grow into. The rest you can just grow into as you need it. Like I said, the only thing I knew I needed was my toilet and then my kitchen right here. A dedicated spot for my Coleman stove because I had that already. This right here is I got this from Walmart. This is perfect. It was $70. Perfect. and and I have room to grow. I still have room to grow. So where my bed is right now, what I'm sitting on, I can raise this a little higher and then I'll be able to have, like, I can raise it up 7 inches. I can put another platform on here and I'll have space for storage all the way under. But I've decided, because while I was sick, I had a lot of time to think, and watch Van Bill videos. So I was thinking, I really, really like this. I love how it looks. I really like this a lot. So if I put another platform here, 7 inches higher, and then was able to put more boxes underneath, more bins, I wouldn't be able to access it because of this. Only right here where I'm sitting. And I don't really need that. But I did already on both sides where these little third windows is, like where this is. I did want to have that built out. But, maybe I just don't need to. Maybe I don't need to because it's also not a van and it's not even the width, it's not the space of a van at all. So I'm like, well, Shalonda, do you really want to bring it in more when you don't have it? So this is really perfect. This really is a perfect setup for me. The only thing I'm going to do is have my kitchen redone better because there's a lot of wasted space. My kitchen could be done a whole lot better. So other than that, I kind of think the mansion is set. Now I still have more white fur because I do want to get one made for my back window. I like this, but it takes up, like, this is right here. It takes up so much space. And if I just had something on the window, I would still have all this space, So I like that. I like that. And I want to, yeah, I just want to open it all up. I want to open it all up. So do that. And I was also watching several window tinting videos because I tinted Hotel Honda, and baby, it was an air bubble fucking mess. So the thing about me is the same way I don't make the same mistakes twice because I pay attention the first time to what I did. Um, this second time around, it will it will actually be a lot better because I did it once the first time just on my own. I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. This time I watched and I was like, that makes sense. Okay. And I'm very particular and I move very deliberately. I move very deliberately. So yeah, I'm gonna tint my own windows. I may have a challenge with getting the tint off these back windows, which they did show how to do that also. And my driver's side, none of my driver's side windows open. So that is going to be a challenge as well. But I'm up for the challenge. And I've already slept on how I would do it a couple times. So once I tint all of my windows, the limo tint, including the back, then, I mean, like I said, I'm already not stealth. Shit, you won't be able to tell me nothing. Hello, Texas. Welcome. Welcome to this Cali nomad life. Yes. So I am healing from a cold. They do still exist. And yeah, I caught it. So I gave myself a cold. Yeah, this Cali nomad life. California is a beautiful place to be a nomad. Anywhere. Being a nomad is a beautiful place to be a nomad, right? But California, especially if you're a sickly person like me, California, these winters are so humane. Man, I'm from the Midwest. I lived in Minnesota. This shit would not be possible in Minnesota. You hear me? This would not be possible in Minnesota. No, no, you'd freeze to death. You would freeze to death. Even the fucking cars freeze to death. Your human body would freeze to death. So these mild California winters, being a nomad, being a mobile dweller is perfect. Arizona, perfect. Perfect place to be a mobile dweller because it's beautiful. You have outdoor, all year round outdoor activity. You know what I mean? So you don't have to be just stuck in the car. You're not just in there. Especially if you're a mobile dweller that maybe is in the beginning stages of becoming a social media entrepreneur. Is that a good way of saying it? Like an influencer or a YouTuber or something like that. So that is your time. And I totally get it. Like, I totally get it. And I get that that's your time. Like, I respect anybody that is going to, uh, do some kind of hustle for themselves that where they gotta get the result, right? So if you're a mobile dweller and you're at the beginning stages of that, like it's tough because your income is sketchy, or maybe you got a part-time job, somewhere just to keep gas in your car and keep your cell phone bill paid or whatever the case may be. But it is definitely more appealing in places where the weather is more humane. And I don't know if that's anywhere in the Midwest. Even where I'm from, Missouri, like St. Louis is nowhere near like Minnesota, not even fucking close. But even St. Louis, like St. Louis get too cold and St. Louis is icy. We get ice storms back home. Your car doors will be frozen. Your locks will be frozen shut. You will have a whole street just full of ice. Not black ice, just ice. Like ice. This is ice. So St. Louis get real icy, and you yeah, you would definitely need a a power source, a generator, a something so that you can have your heater in there. But because even my candles for my heat would not work. But California is lovely, lovely. Even right now, like it's December, middle of December. I got 3 windows open right now. It's beautiful, and I'm talking about I use a fucking candle for heat at night. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. So it wasn't like I didn't even get scared or fearful or nervous being sick and living out of my vehicle. It didn't make me nervous at all because the weather is so humane. It's yeah, yeah. I don't even think in the 2 years that I've been here, and this is the second winter, it hasn't even been in the 30s. Not even in the 30s. Mm-mm. No. I don't know if it may have gotten into the 40s the first winter I was here. Uh, but that's like, that's very mild. That is very mild. Talking about January, February, that is mild. And you have the daytime of the sun being so bright and, you know, giving the warmth during the day. It's just not, I didn't even have any second thoughts about, oh my God, I'm getting sick. What am I going to do? It was not even a thing. Not even a thing. And even the next time, what's up, Kansas? Case C in the house. Please tell me you're a technician. Yes. We STL and repping Tech 9 and KC Mo to the fullest. For sure. But yeah, it wasn't even a thing. And even the next time when I get sick, I would still, once I am on the mend of healing, I would still rent a room again because, again, I like to clean out and clear out my environment. And being in such a small space after being sick and you just in there, you sick and you just in that space, I would definitely recommend. And someone asked me beforehand if I would ever rent a room. This was me not being sick, and I was like, no, no, just to, because I love my home. I love my home, and I always make my home so comfortable that that is where I'd rather be. So, like, even back last decade when I was married, and even in my 20s, the Fanta Suites was real big in Minnesota. Everybody, in my 20s, it was something I was more into, but couples did it. And so when I was married, it's not something. Nah, it's just not a big thing for me to rent a room. Like, I make my space in my bedrooms, and I make everything comfortable and beautiful for me to where this is where I'd rather be, you know. But getting sick and having that time out of the mansion, the small space where I've been sick for a week, is just, for me, I would recommend. Or if you got a family you can go stay with, or a man who live in his own place, or a woman or whatever. But that's the only time I can see myself renting a hotel room, is once I'm on the mend after being sick, just to clean this out and let it be all clear out, so that when I come back in, because now I'm not gonna be back in here coughing and sneezing like I was. You know what I mean? So I'm not putting all the same fucking germs back in here. Like, this is my first time even. No, it isn't, because at the first hotel I was coming out here to smoke because I was no smoking. But, like, you get what I'm saying. Like, this is my first time really being in here since I washed everything. Because I did that right. I did that all right from the laundromat. I went to the motel. Like, I timed it and drug everything out to make it to 3 o'clock, so that I'm not doing anything in here. I just wanted to clean it out and go to the room, and I did not get no fucking sleep at that hotel. I'm telling you, neither one of them. So I'm looking forward to sleeping tonight. And this is going to be silly. I don't know why it just hit me, but it just hit me Thursday when I was putting my bedding back on here. So before, and I've mentioned it in a few other videos, but this mattress that I just told y'all I have, this threefold mattress. Now, the tire well, the wheel well or whatever is right here. Like, right where my sign is right here. And so the mattress and the pad, it bumps against it. So it's, like this right here. So I've been sleeping like that, right? When I made my bed Thursday, I don't know why, but for some reason, I just happened to push it down more. Now, two things. One, when I had all my plastic bins, I didn't have as much space as I have right now with this. So the first thing I noticed when I put this in, I have more space. This isn't as wide as those plastic bins. So I have more space here, right? And also when I lay facing this way, so when I lay on my left side, I can bend my knees. So I'm like, oh, I got a lot more space. Okay, it didn't dawn on me, let's try to do the mattress thing. Anyway, it hit me Thursday. So now my mattress is laying all flat. This will be my first time sleeping on it since getting it all flat. Y'all just don't know. Like, I'm so excited to go to sleep tonight. I'm so goddamn excited to go to sleep tonight. I got clean everything. Everything smelled good. I got space. My mattress is flat. Goddamn me. You talk about somebody gonna sleep good tonight. I don't know where I'm gonna park yet. I don't know where I'm gonna park yet. I've been thinking about a couple of spots. But I'm gonna, wherever the hell I park, she gonna sleep real good, baby. She's gonna sleep real good. And I have berry mandarin, and the other one I think is lavender something. Berry mandarin and fresh lavender. These are gonna smell real nice together while they keeping me warm. And I keep them here. I keep them on my kitchen, on my pantry, because that's the lowest spot that I have. So I wouldn't put my candle back here. It's too high up. So, and then it's too close to me and close to everything. So here on the wood, it's stable. There's nothing right there. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't move. So yeah, these are gonna smell good together, and they're gonna keep me nice and warm. That's amazing. Can you imagine? And look, who I gotta, and you know what? I paid $5 for these. $5 for each one of these candles. And that is the cost of my heat right there. $5. $10. Yep. I don't have to send a motherfucker in 40 and 50 and 300 and $400 and $500 every 30 days for some goddamn electricity and heat and gas. Nope. Nope. Y'all can kiss my ass with that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And this 3 candle right here was 5 something, but this motherfucker almost suffocated me. This bitch was strong. Pumpkin spice. Oh my God. I was like, what did you do? Oh, that was the couponer in me. That's what I get for the price. The price is what got me. But that shit, the scent, it was very strong. It's still strong. So I'm hoping these are a little more mild, because it is a small space. So with the candle just being right here on the pantry and my head being right here, it's just like it was fucking pumpkin spicing me to death. But luckily, with it being mild, you know, um, I could snuff it out, and because the mattress was already warm, I was cool. I was cool. I didn't get cold. Yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect. I bought these today. I wasn't gonna forget or not get them, because I'm healing. I'm not 100%, and I'm at that precious point to where any little thing, boom, it'll take me right back, and I am ready to get back to work. I can't lay any fucking more. I can't lay anymore. I've laid, child. I have laid. I'm so done of laying and not getting laid. I just been laying. Yeah, so I'm ready to be up and out and about, and I'm really ready to get back on my fast. Uh, I, I I'm ready for that. I was enjoying my fast. I was enjoying my fast. I started fasting November 29th, and it was just my offering to the universe to, in exchange for achieving more of my goals in 2022. I decided from November 29th through the rest of the year, I'm going to give up all of my pleasures during the daylight hours. So no wake and bake, no coffee, no food, um, uh, no social media. Like I do my morning live, but that was it. No, just scrolling on social media. Yeah, so that was my offering. And once I got sick, I couldn't keep up my fast because I didn't lose my appetite at all. So I had to eat. I had to eat even more because I was sick. I was sick, and I needed to feed that goddamn cold because it was hungry. It was hungry. So every little pound that I lost during my fast, your girl gained it back. Who does that? Who does that? Because many times when I get sick, I'm so sick and I can't eat, but that's being in a totally inhumanely cold climate. I haven't gotten sick like that since I've been out of Minnesota. So it felt good to get sick like a normal, healthy human being. You know what I mean? Because my whole life has not been that. So that was dope. That was dope. It may sound crazy, but that really felt great to experience somewhat how a regular, healthy person gets sick. You know, you just sick, boom, you down, boom, and then you right back. You know, it was cool. Like I said, was the biggest challenge about being in the mansion was not being able to stand up and have anywhere to, you know, go to a different room or a different spot to lay. Like for example, once I get my Mercedes Sprinter, once I have that in physical possession, I will be able to go from my bed to, you know, walk to the sitting area. You know what I mean? So I won't have to just stay in this little cubic feet of a space. You know what I'm saying? And I can stretch my legs and let my abdomen stretch out and, you know, not just have everything scrunched down and confined. That's my thing. So it was nice to be in the room to stretch, to, yeah, get some of that important stuff done because stretching is important. So it felt good. And it feels good to be back. It feels good to be back. And I got him all washed before we left. And even I took the air thing at the car wash and blowed my window coverings so they're all nice and fluffy and whiter looking. I really enjoy my home. I enjoy my home. Just make it comfortable because it's all you're doing. Just make it comfortable. If you decide you are going to move into your vehicle, no matter what it is, just make it comfortable for you, period. Because you're the one that has to stay there and you want to be like, I stand on all my decisions. I don't care who talks shit to me about it. You know, it doesn't matter. I stand on all my decisions. So just make it as comfortable for yourself as you can and stand on that, you know, and live your life. It is yours to live and you have to be okay with it. You have to be comfortable with it because I love it. I fucking love my home. I love it. I love it. The Mercedes Mansion, baby. And it's a truck. And I'm just like, all I think about is I'm thinking about my paint job, all the body work I'm gonna have done, the, you know, getting the tune up. The engine is real, real good. I'm gonna get a tune up, get all the spark plugs redone, wires, all that shit done. And then we, you know, gonna start working on the body. And then to know that this is a actual truck, is a truck. and it has a lift kit. I'm gonna get this bitch lifted, get some fat ass tires put on it, get me some bomb lighting. Definitely gotta get some lights, some new lights. I wanna get some amber lights. I'm not gonna get a light bar. I probably, more than likely, I won't get a light bar. Yeah, but this is home. This is home. Definitely home. And it's not that it's not that like I want people to know I live in the mansion, but I live in the mansion so I don't hide it. Like I call him the mansion because that's his name. I call him the mansion. I refer to my home as the mansion. I like it's not as private as having a private home address, right? Because I take my home with me everywhere I go, and my home is parked everywhere, at every establishment I walk into. So it's more always at top of mind. You know what I mean? And if I'm out somewhere and I'm shopping for something for the mansion, and I just make it sound so fabulous because it is. I mean, I be having clerks just like so intrigued. You know what I mean? So intrigued. Even the dude at Lowe's was just like, man, you got to come back and let me see it. And people that do see it, and even my steering wheel cover, people love it. You know what I mean? And I think they love it because I love it, and they see how comfortable I am when I go to the car wash. So it's one you go to, you just sit in your car and drive through with it, and then they have the vacuum and the air and all like that. So I pay the monthly membership so I can go twice a week to just get my car washed. So even when I go there and when I'm out at the vacuum spot, and you can see these are only the factory tents. So in the daylight, you can see that there's no seats in here. You can see my pantry. People can see my pantry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see right in here. And I just be so motherfucking proud. I be cheesing, you know, while they right next to they shit cheesing. So it's just like, it's not a secret. It's not a secret. And I don't feel like my safety is being compromised at all. Not at all. Because, like, how many people do you know, or even movies that you've seen, where people break into a house knowing the people are home? Typically, that throws off the whole plan. You know what I mean? So people don't just break into shit knowing that somebody's going to be on the other side of that door. So I kind of make it my business to not make it a secret because I don't know, just I can't even I really can't even explain it. I've always been a rebel and I've always just done my own thing the way I want to do it, really. And that's just logical to me. I just and I've always been protected. I've never, like, I'm okay. I'm okay, and I don't think it's dangerous for. I just don't think it's dangerous. You know, I felt more uncomfortable hearing sounds in the creaks and the shit at the fucking motel room. You know, like, I was like, oh, this is not it. And here, now the fucking motel room, somebody will break in that bitch, knowing damn well somebody on the other end. So they breaking in with, you know, the full intent of however much violence needs to happen. So, it's just like, I think this is probably one of the, and I will go out and say this, and I'll stand behind this even once I am a bit more famous, as a dope ass entrepreneur that then built some bomb ass shit. But I will say that I think this is probably one of the safest alternative living styles you could choose. For real. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, none of these sensationalized stories or not sensationalized stories that, I mean, I've seen a couple on YouTube, where people say their van got broken into. But I mean, even the thumbnails for me, look so cinematic. It's like I can't even watch the video. Like this just looked like it's gonna be so scripted. I can't take it seriously, so I don't even watch it. So I can't really speak on it for sure. But I know for me, having lived this lifestyle, the only time I had a knock on my door was when I parked somewhere where I couldn't be parked overnight. Um, or like the one time in Arizona in broad daylight when the police, because my windows were tinted and I'm in the back alley some goddamn where behind Planet Fitness, and even that made sense. So, but I've never, oh, that's my bad, y'all. I just had a high or a sober moment. I don't know. I can't even explain it, but I'm back. That was a trip. I was like, what the fuck is that? That was weird. You had to see it from this perspective. But anyway, yeah, I feel safe. I've always felt safe. I know in Hotel Honda, I remember one day just was vlogging and kind of describing where I was at, and someone commented, you don't want to give too much information about, where you're at, and like I didn't even dawn on me. And even before I chose to mobile dwell, I'm such a free spirit. Like certain things just don't dawn on me when it just doesn't hit me. It doesn't even, so I'm just talking about where I'm at. And yeah, nobody, like, who's really gonna come out their way? And somebody may go out of their way to try and find me, or see if they can locate me or whatever. I just don't think that people really care that much. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people care that much. Not for real, for real. Not for real, for real. It's just it it's fucked up that, and now we being a huge part of uh media ourselves, right? Because on our social media pages we can share information, um, post information, different things like that. So now we have become like the blood sucking media. If it bleeds, it leads. I see people sharing more negativity, sharing more awful shit that happens, sharing more bad news, you know, read it, make you feel bad type shit than positivity anyway. And now, now you're doing it. Before it was just CNN, ABC, NBC, Fox. Now it's you. You know what I mean? So in reality, there's a lot more good people living their life minding their own fucking business than there are people out here checking door handles and doorknobs and breaking into cars, houses, and shit like that. It really is. It's really not as much of a negative planet as you and the rest of uh, media outlets want to share. You know what I mean? But you get more of what you focus on. So when you focus on drama, negativity, who shot who, this disease spreading, then you're constantly aware of it. You're constantly, it's constantly coming across your doorstep. Me, my focus is on financial literacy, so that's most of what I see. My focus is on entrepreneurship, so that's most of what I see. My focus is on buying black, so that's most of what I see. Even with the magazine, with me highlighting black business owners. That means I did everything. I did my research. I was my editor. I was my publisher. I wrote the articles. I wrote the fucking questions. I did all of that, right? So I had to research these black owned businesses. And I'm looking for new businesses. I'm looking for businesses under 5 years. So because this is where I put my attention, and I put my attention there because this has always been what I'm interested in. So I know that there's a lot more. And there's motherfuckers out here like we have black owned insurance franchisee owners. Not I'm talking about the one who started the insurance company and then franchised the company and now they have franchisees, right? I'm not talking about somebody who go and buy McDonald's. I'm talking about the motherfucker that started McDonald's and now it's a right. So we have one of those that look like us, that look like me. You know what I mean? And even with all his accomplishments, the media didn't highlight him at all. Even when he called, they didn't because why? Why? They don't want to share that. You know what I'm saying? We have real estate moguls. I'm talking about regular people that was born into poverty families like most of the world, right? So this is what I focus on because this is who I am and this is what I choose to see. This is what I want to see. You know what I mean? From being that young kid who had the whole Dr. Seuss book collection. That's the shit that I was into. You know what I mean? That nerd shit, play shit, free shit. Don't make me come in. Let me be out. Let me be free. Let me run loose. You know? Let me explore this planet. Let me explore this world. Let me explore these grounds. Don't try and keep me locked down. Don't try and keep me trapped in. I come eat when I get hungry. I'm not hungry right now. You think I'm hungry? I'm not. I'm playing right now. I'm busy. I'm on these monkey bars right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that. So this is it for me. This is it. This level of freedom is it for me. And when I tell you, once everything is closed, you cannot tell me I'm not in a fucking mansion with as comfortable as my bed and my blanket is and all my pretty shit around. You cannot tell me this is not fucking luxurious. You can't tell me what's that sound that's going around now? If any of y'all don't have any haters, feel free to hate on me and tell me that the motherfucking mansion ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch. You know it's luxurious. You know this fucking mansion is luxury. I have fucking men complimenting my fur. Get out of here. Get out of here. I have men complimenting, I'm talking about up close and from afar. You can't tell me this motherfucker ain't. Baby, who? Look, look. Don't. What? 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 Get out of here. Get out of here. Man, please. God damn it. What? What? And I got the perfect spot for my crown. So I hang my crown right here at the end of the night. We got spot for my crown. My other one coming, I guess I have to put my other one right here. I do plan on making a box for them. But I don't know. They may just work right here. But anyway, uh, this motherfucker is fabulous. It's fabulous. And I do recommend it for free spirits because not only is living somewhat of a minimal life, because I've seen some mobile dwellers, some van dwellers with some setups that have a lot of, like a lot of clothes, but their setup is so perfect for, what they have. So, but it's still some level of a minimalist if you're not gonna, just be a hoarder and get excessive storage rooms and shit. But the mind clarity that it promotes, because even if you do want to make your setup full of ample clothing storage, right? You still have a certain amount of space that's going to be much smaller than in a house or an apartment. So even with that, you still are not over cluttering your mind, much less your life, with a bunch of unnecessary shit that you'll go a year or more without seeing, much less wearing, right? And it's just unnecessary. It's unnecessary. And with not having that space cluttered up, you're now free to be more creative. You're now free to think about other things that you may be interested in or that you may want to do. And it just, your cup isn't so overflowing with nonsense that now shit that you really want and that can enhance your life has room to come in, because you're not just over cluttered. you know Things can't just come in if you don't get rid of. So there's at some point you got to take the trash out. And why keep overfilling your space with unnecessaries? you know and it's a great opportunity to live how you want to live and still live below your means. What I mean is, like I've said to people, I've always been spoiled. I was Me being the only girl and the youngest. For one, before my mom came and got me, being raised with my aunt, and she didn't have any kids, and she was a hustler. Like, she worked her ass off, not a struggle. I was definitely raised on love. It was like I just felt like we didn't have any problems at all, much less financial, because I had everything I wanted, and everything I needed, of course, because I had all my wants. So what I mean is, although although I have chosen to live out of a vehicle, I still have my standards and things that I like, and my level of taste. So I can choose to live above my means still. If you're of the mentality of living above your means to try and show and look like you're right, so that'll start from the vehicle. You'll Instead of buying something that you can just buy cash and own, you'll maybe go above and beyond and lease or get a car note or some other kind of nonsense, right? So you're already, living outside of your means. And now, you're going to go and do this whole professional build and just a bunch of shit that is excessive because you think being spoiled means spending money that you don't have. Whereas I think being spoiled is, for me, having what I want when I want it, how I want it. And this is when I want it, which is now. That's for me being spoiled. So I decided, okay, I want a Mercedes ML 320. That's what I want. I'm not looking at anything else. This is my budget. I'm not looking at anything else. And the universe sent me that. So I saw that. Now, it's not perfect and it's not new. I mean, he's 21 years old, but he rides like a champion. He will last me. He's reliable. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, boom, under my means. Now I can get the pretty things in it. Now when it comes to this white fur right here, this is this is aesthetic. Now, the first one that caught my eye was at Joanne Fabric, and it was fucking, I think, 50 something a yard, and I almost got it. Or it might not have been that much. It would have came to almost $200. And I almost got it. I almost got it. I said, okay, let me go do some thinking, and I'll come back for it. So I had her hold it. Went around the corner to Walmart, and I saw this fucking white fur. Or I saw another one, like a brownish one, kind of like the one I saw at Joanne Fabric. And then I saw this white one, and I was like, that's it. And this was uh, not just a fraction of the cost. So I got this. Boom. Beautiful. Beautiful. To me, this is luxurious. My steering wheel cover, luxurious. You know what I mean? Um, I'm gonna even this right here, like, just the little shit, the little shit. And then when you add your own personal confidence and joy and love of it, it's just, you can be as spoiled as you want to be and still do things on a smaller, below your means budget. Although you may be able to afford to spend this much, why? Why do you have to when you can spend less than that? You know what I mean? It's like, being spoiled doesn't mean being stupid. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean either just being in a consumer mind frame. You know what I mean? It's, you can't just be a consumer. You got to think logically. So for me, mobile dwelling is just, it's a whole vibe. It's a whole fucking vibe. And then I don't have neighbors talking about, oh, it smelled like weed coming from her apartment. You motherfuckers are way too nosy, and y'all worried about business that's not yours. You worried about something that has nothing to do with you. The smell coming from under my door has nothing to do with a nosy ass, too close ass neighbor. I don't have that problem in the mansion. Nope. Don't have that problem at all. No neighbors complaining about my smoke. Nobody and their badass kids over my head. Nobody below me. Nobody on the sides of me. Nobody's kids' ball coming into my yard, and I gotta constantly throw their ball back over the fence because the houses are built right the fuck next to each other. Everybody right on top of each other, and then folks want to act all uh, 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 too good for a threesome. Well, shit. You already right on top of your goddamn neighbor and his wife. You might as well have a goddamn threesome. Y'all already right on top of each other. Y'all already fucking nuts to butts. Come on now. No, I need my space. I need just a little more space than that. I just need a little more space than that. That should never appeal to me. That never appealed to me. So when I'm in the mansion, I can be in here and, it's just the freedom. It's really just the freedom. I don't have to, it's really just the freedom. I'm telling you, it's the freedom. Everything, everything. I love my space. I love my solitude. And then also, when it comes to being sick and me being so sickly, it was nice to not have any community spaces to share germs with. Like I don't have to I don't have to go to a mailbox I don't have to worry about not touching this community handle. I don't have any of that. Like, and these are things that I think about way before COVID, way before COVID, coronavirus. Back in the 90s, I was opening handles with my sleeves and telling people I don't shake hands because people cough and sneeze in their hand instead of their elbow. Like, I've been this way because I've always had a low white blood cell count and I've always gotten sick very easily. So people are more of a danger to me than I am to them because of my compromised immune system. So it's just being in my own space. Nobody's touching my car doors, even the outside. People aren't just coming up, shaking my handles. So once I clean and sanitize everything, everything is everything. I don't have to worry about nobody else's germs. And for me, I like that. I like that, especially being sick and recovering and being in a space. I don't want to be sick in a space with other people. For me, it doesn't help because I don't have a strong enough immune system to fight off my body actual having sickness in my body and then other people's, you know, coughing and sneezing and just their whole fucking nastiness and lack of hygiene. So it was just a plus on plus on plus. And the timing of everything, the timing of me getting this and opening up that space, the timing of um, something else just recently happened, but just the timing of everything to when I got sick was perfect. The timing couldn't have happened more perfectly. So yeah, that's just my little bit of information that I wanted to share and a little bit of chit chat about being sick, being in the mansion, being a mobile dweller full time. Like, this is just my regular life. I'm not on an adventure. I'm not on a tour. I'm not asking you for money for gas to help me get to fucking Utah or wherever. I'm just a black guy who choose to live free, live mobile, and live in a Mercedes mansion. And while I build my businesses into huge corporations and buy my land, and just live the life of a god and do as I please when I please. So I hope somebody found some kind of interest in this video. I appreciate y'all vibing along with me. I hope there's some takeaways from it. Yeah, and I will. chat with y'all on the next one. I'm going to go find somewhere to park for the night and chillax on out. So y'all be easy. Peace.